In today's quick 10-minute class, I will teach you these 5 yoga poses. Our first pose is down dog, and to do this, we need to start on the mat, so come down onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. One of the most important things in down dog is being able to shift your shoulders back and open. So we don't want our shoulders lined up over our wrists in down dog. We're really pressing with the hands to open up the shoulders, and we want to grip those fingers and push back. So hug the belly button in towards your spine. Make sure you're not arching your back so you can keep your rib cage closed. This is a no-go. Hug the belly button up and in. See how my back really flattens out there. And then I'm going to push with my hands and press back, opening up my shoulders. So this is somewhat of the position that we're doing in down dog. And then you can release. Push back. We're going to be more open in down dog because your hips will be up. It'll give you more room to press back. But just find that feeling of pressing back and opening the shoulders, hugging the rib cage in, pushing, pushing, pushing with the hands, knuckles stay down, and then releasing. So let's try that open shoulder position in an actual down dog. Tuck your toes, hug your belly button in, and then you're lift your hips up and press with your hands to push your shoulders back. We don't want to be forward like this. You want to press those shoulders open and back so you're opening through the chest, hugging the rib cage in, tucking the chin into your chest, and then you really want to pull the elbows in towards each other, hugging them in so that you're rotating the armpits backward. And then you're going to really, really press to try to open up the chest. Don't worry about your legs right now. Keep your legs bent and just focus on the alignment of the spine. If you can stretch out the legs to find more length and stretch in your legs, go ahead and work to lengthen the knees and drop the heels to the floor. But first we find the length of the spine and then we work on the legs. So if you don't have the flexibility to straighten or almost straighten your legs, then just keep pressing that chest back and leave your legs bent until you've built up that flexibility to help you get them lengthened and long. But first and foremost, let's work on the length of the spine in down dog. And then to come out of this, just look forward and walk your way up to the top of the mat. So that was down dog. You can bend your knees, tuck your chin in, and then just roll yourself up to standing position. Opening the shoulders, finding that nice alignment through your spine. The next pose that we'll work on is called Warrior One. Step your right foot back, rotate your toes open. Your left foot just stays where it is. Your shoulders and your hips are going to rotate forward to the left foot, and you can pivot that back foot in as long as it's staying flat down on the mat. Bend your front leg 90 degrees so your knee and your heel are lined up. Keep squaring your shoulders and your hips to the front. The back leg is straight, the pinky toe is pressed down, and you're separating your legs. Try to lengthen the back knee and really drop the pinky toe and the back of the foot down to the floor. Your arms will lift up over your head. You'll hug your rib cage in, lifting, lifting, squeezing, and separating the legs to sink a little lower. Hold it there. Take a big breath in and out. Try to relax the shoulders. Warrior One in and out. Release your arms, step your back foot forward, and we'll do this on the other side. Step your other leg back, turn the toe out, rotate shoulders and hips to your front leg, 90-degree bend in your front leg. Make sure that your knee is opening to the pinky toe and not rolling over your big toe so that we can keep your knee joint safe. Shoulders and hips square, lift the arms up, drop the back heel down and the pinky toe on the mat. Try to hug the rib cage closed and drop the shoulders from the ears. Big breath in and out. In and out. Release the arms, step forward. Very nice. All right, our next pose is Warrior Two. To set this up, step a big step back with your right leg. Big step back, and then turn your toes out to the side. For Warrior Two, your shoulders and your hips face the side, not your front leg. You bend your front knee 90 degrees. Make sure that the knee is opening up over the pinky toe again. Spread the legs far apart. We want the heel of the front leg lined up about with the arch of your back leg. So we don't want to be forward or back of that. We want to have those in a straight line. Sinking and spreading, dropping the pinky toe to the floor on the back leg. Checking in the knee, dropping the shoulders, arms go out to a T, and then you look over your front arm, dropping the shoulders down. Nice T shape. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale. The more you can spread, the deeper you can get, the more work you'll get in your legs. And also checking that your tailbone is pointed to the floor and your rib cage is closed so you're activating your stomach muscles here. Release your arms, straighten your leg, and we'll pivot that left foot forward, turn your right foot out, and set this up on the other side. Bend the knee 90 degrees, knee over the pinky toe, reaching the back leg nice and long, midline, arch to heel, reach the arms to a T, drop the shoulders from the ears, look over your right fingertips, hold it there. Inhale. Exhale. Rib cage is closed. Inhale. Tailbone down. Exhale. Maybe you can spread a little bit deeper. Last breath. Finish your exhale, then straighten your legs, release your arms, and then turn to face the front of the mat and step your feet together again. Good. Let's hit another pose now. The third pose we're going to learn is triangle. We'll set it up the same. Step your right foot back, not super wide, just wider than your hips. And again, we want the alignment of the heel to the arch, left foot turned forward, right foot turned out, shoulders and hips face the side, arms to a T. Reach over your left leg, come down, put your left hand on your shin, and reach your right arm over top. If you have more range, you can slide down to your ankle. Our bottom shoulder, we want to pull open so that we're stacking our shoulders on top of each other. And then we want to move our head in line with our foot. So a lot of times our head wants to come forward of our bottom leg. We want it to be right over top of the bottom leg, so we're 2 dimensions here. Bottom arm and top arm are as straight line as we can make them. Our legs are lifting because we're pulling up through our kneecaps and we're stretching through the legs. And we're looking up to our top fingers. Look down and stand yourself back up. Let's pivot to the other side. Turn the left foot in. Turn your right foot out. Arms to a T. Reach over your right arm. Come to the shin, or if you can, move to the ankle. Pull that bottom shoulder forward, stack. And then also another option is to hook your big toe with your first 2 fingers. And then again, we're going to pull that bottom shoulder and try to rotate so we're right over our bottom leg, nice and flat. Pull the kneecaps up, straighten out your legs as much as you can. And don't forget, we are always breathing in yoga, so keep that breath going. Look down, stand yourself back up, arms release, and then just turn to the front of the mat again and step your feet together. Awesome. Our next pose is chair pose. In this, we want to crease our hips back so that our knees aren't going forward over our toes, but our hips are going back and the weight is going on our heels. Feet are parallel to each other. You sink those hips back, send the hips back, hug the belly in so you're not saggy and loose, hugging it in, nice long spine. Then from here, you're working those quads and your arms are going to lift up overhead, sinking the weight back. Really try to stretch the elbows straight and look down and make sure you can see your big toes. If you can see your big toes, then your weight is back over your heels. If you can't, then you're pushing your knees too far forward. So the weight needs to go back, which happens when you think about sitting back, like you're sitting in a chair, right? It's chair pose. And then take your hands to your heart, sink a little bit deeper, and then stand yourself all the way back up. And there you go. Now you know 5 basic standing yoga poses. Down dog, warrior 1, warrior 2, triangle, and chair. I hope learning those poses help you realize that yoga is possible for you. The more you practice, the more you try, the easier it gets, and the more youthful you will feel. I hope to see you back here again in another class. Have a great day.